Welcome to this week's Code Cookie, boys and girls. In this week's cookie, we're going to combine three different things, and I'm going to show you real short here. But I can just say that we'll be trying to calculate the love using an API that I found, and we'll be using the brand new form function, not form function, form field buttons that we introduced in the last version of Service Point. And what's the third thing? Love calculating and button. Yeah, the third thing is a JavaScript progress bar. Uh, and you may cut this as you like, Johan. But first of all, what do we need for our service? Of course, we need an icon. And I went to flat icons because they have a huge library, and many of these icons are completely free to use. And in some cases, they want you to, well, give credit to the creator as well if you're going to use it in the product. But I kind of like this one. It's had a crown on it. Okay, so you need, if it's a crown on it, you need some kind of premium. Kind of like this. It's a bit creepy, perhaps. I don't want it. I want it in PNG, so I'm just going to download it. Free download. You must attribute the author. Sure, I'll do that later. Mouth. Okay, we'll use that. And I'm creating a service called Calculate Love. So again, what I wanted to do was to use the Love Calculator API. So it's the most used API on Rapid API, where they have a bunch of APIs. They're basically a proxy for APIs, which I understand it's very useful because you can put throttling on your redo, because you can put throttling on your API through this service, so it's very useful and stuff like that. And we want to implement just a very simple JavaScript progress bar. So, and we want to use button, but I'm starting with uploading an image here using the mouth, calculate love. I'm not going to add the width description and stuff like that. Time saved. That's a new field as well. And I guess it's infinite the rest of your life, because you can go in here and check the person you're on a date with before you spend any time with them. No. And as I said, we have this brand new form field called button. I'm just going to save and publish. Going to go here, write love. Very nice. And we have a button. And a button in itself is pretty useless, but we want something to happen when we click on the button. So what we do, we go to edit JavaScript and we click on click, because this is the JavaScript event that triggers when you click the button. So we want to do something when you click the button. What do we want to do? We want to calculate love. And if we look on this API, here's an example code snippet that you can use, and it's JavaScript, but it's Node.js, Unirest, so that you can run it server-side and use the Unirest framework. And you can also just switch to C#, even PowerShell. Thanks. I'm going to try that. Run it. Okay, response. Okay, so John and Alice get 46%, and the text result is can choose better. Okay, I'm not going to try different names fine. I will do that later, perhaps. I'm gonna just read this a little. I think I can do it like this. So we have a f name parameter here. Let's enlarge, enhance. Fname equals Jonas, and sname equals Elizabeth. And I think we can should remove the parameters from there. Can we send it in the body? I can. All right. Jonas and Elizabeth is 83%. Congratulations, good choice. This way, I think it's a little bit, we can, maybe a little bit easier to put it in a body. I don't know. We need to take in parameters from our web service to this body as well. Okay, next step, we'll need to create a web service, and I'm going to create a brand new plugin, as I always do. So we're on the docs.servicepoint.com page, and I'm going to go to reference, data source, and quick start, create your first data source. And this is very nice. I'm going to create the basic folder structure first. Where are we? Plugin. Here are my plugins. Love calculator. And according to this guide, we need to create some, well, we need to create the data sources at least. Data sources. And I think it wants a folder for this as well for the web services. So we call it web service love calculator. Nice. And here's also something you can copy and just run in PowerShell to create this folder structure. Add a PowerShell module manifest. Okay, I'm clicking here to copy. Going to my PowerShell prompt. I'm taking a new window. Plugin love calculator. Did I have a white space? No. And web service love calculator. Web service love calculator. So I need to replace some stuff here, like the manifest file name. And I could just do this with search and replace instead. Functions to export. I think I should be fine with a star here. And we run this. Let's see what we get. We get this. Okay, I can't drag and drop it. Let's open it. All right, so we get the basic. That should be fine. If we go back to the guide, here's a search function. Okay. Can we do this? Okay, we have for drop downs, so that's the basic structure of it. All right, I need to do this manually. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to borrow one of my old web services. Web service, fresh desk. This one. All right. Delete. And I would like to call this calculate, just calculate love. But calculate is probably not an approved PowerShell verb. I can look at that by using get verb. No. What will be a fitting verb here? Convert, dismount, checkpoint. Confirm, confirm love. Repair love. Connect love. Unprotect love. Resolve love. Yes. Measure. Measure love. Okay, so we need to name the parameters here. 2 string parameters, mandatory. We need 2 people. What should we call this? First person, second person. And we'll just steal our own code, or steal the code that we stole from Rapid API. Oh, how did this look, by the way? Okay, we can try to return that in the web service and see how it looks. Should we have error handling? True love doesn't need error handling. I don't know. Can you see me? Oh, my back is crooked. Throw. No love found. And this is a web service, so we can pretty much return in any way we want. A string like this will work, but if this was an activity, of course, we would need to throw it out in a hash table. And oops, I'm in the fresh desk. I don't want to edit that. I'm gonna go back here so I don't ruin that. Okay. We put it in here and we save as, back to love calculator, PS module 1. I think that's fine. We need to start up the inventory system. And I don't remember if I run this as my normal user or with my service account. I'm just running as my normal user now, and we'll see if we can get this inventoried. Love. Measure. No matches. Okay, so we probably have an error. Okay. Okay, I think I'm running it with the wrong account. Waiting for errors. Can you see me? No errors. I'm refreshing. Love. Measure. Ah, that's right. I forgot one thing. I need to create a provider XML. Oh, gosh. And I'm just going to do it the lazy way. Love calculator. Love calculator. And I can't use this path. Love calculator. I need to, well, I can put it there because this path will be correct if you were to do it. But since I have a local, well, I have a development set up, we'll just start with this. Here's the love calculator, provider XML. I need to go to my development environment, and these are steps that you could skip if you're tagging along here. Provisioning system, client web service, boom, and client web service inventory. So it will be able to find it. Cool. I'm going to restart my inventory system now. And we'll see if we get any errors. No errors yet. That's good. That's good. That's nice. We're refreshing here. I think it's pretty fast on my machine. I don't have a lot of stuff. Measure. No. Because if I search on Pokemon, yeah. Love. No. Do we have any errors? No. Maybe I was just, yeah, I was too fast. Measure love. We're adding that. We're going to do a call. So we will want to let the users input their names for the match here. So first person and the name of first person. Example, John. Great, must have a variable here. Well, we don't need to, but we'll do that anyway. Character limit, no. I want large. Close. What did I call this? First person. I'm going with second person. Name of second person. Example. Sarah. Large. Good. And this is calculate love. Oh, this is the identifier. Calculate love. Button calculate love. All right, medium. Can you just have a look? Okay, so I want this button to be under. No, I don't want that. I think this looks nice. Maybe I will remove the gallery here. The image. No shopping cart. No quantity. I recommend showing hide submit button perhaps. Hide image gallery. Okay, that's pretty nice. And now we need to call the web service as well and get the result back. I'm doing like I always do. I copy this. And on the button, I go on edit JavaScript. So when the user clicks here, I want to do this argument. So I create a new lover arguments. So I create a new variable to store the input arguments. So what do we call this in the script? First person and second person, okay? So first person is, and we take the value from first person, and then we have second person, and we send in the lover arguments. So smart. And we do console log data 0. We just look at what we get back. Save and publish. Refresh. John, Sarah, F12. We have console selected, so we can see, poof. Okay, congratulations, good choice. So we want to present this for the user. And how we do that, we actually I want to render this progress bar to show how good of a match they are. Progress bars. This will not show for the user. And we can put some JavaScript in here, but or HTML, but this will be cleaned. But we'll have a look here. So if we look at this progress bar, it's basically like this. And I could just paste that into here. And I save and publish, but I happen to know that if we look here again, yeah, these divs will be rendered, but the IDs will be washed away by service point. So if we look on this, it's just 2 empty divs. So there's a workaround for that. I'm taking it. And I'm adding a JavaScript here. So on load, this does val. So we're injecting it through JavaScript afterwards instead. And everything needs to be on the same line. There's probably some smart way here, but and I used single quotes because it's double quotes in the code itself. Saving and publishing, refreshing, and boom. Okay, so we have the IDs in there now, but we can't really see anything because we have no styling, we have no CSS for it. Okay, and here's some CSS. I'm just going to put this in line. So my progress, the outer container has 2. I'm just going to copy those, go in here, and the outer I said, right, style, and we have that, and that's enough for that, I believe. And the outer one, or the inner one even, my bar style equals this, and we need to clean or put it on the same row, save and publish, refresh, and okay, so I have a progress bar, kind of dark. Was it that dark? Gray. Gray. Okay. Can I go with light gray? That's very light gray, so probably not a valid color. Okay. So we need some JavaScript as well. And here's the JavaScript. I'm just going to copy that. We can put this after here. Or however you want to organize your JavaScript. Ska bara se att jag syns. Ja, typ. Okay. We need this to be. So I need to make this be available for the whole scope here. So instead of just putting it, when I put it in on load on here, I need to put it in the window object or class or whatever you call it. And window dot move. I think that's okay. So if I, yeah, and then I trigger, I guess, the JavaScript, or I need to trigger this script from somewhere. And I do that with move, I guess. So let's add that on click window move. So that's how I call it then. Okay, so the progress bar worked. I don't have any values here. So now, okay, neat. There was a progress bar here with a number as well. I want that as well, and I think it's only styling. Okay, so the value can start at 10 if you'd like. And my bar, okay, so we need these. Background color, didn't we have that? I think we had. My bar, and this was on, yeah, my bar. Removing the comments. Comments there as well. A bit tedious. That looks about right. And okay, and it's basically the same function, and I think it's only this part that we need to add. So here. A 100. Okay, now we need to make this progress bar show what the web service is showing. Undefined. Did we get an error out here? Okay, so we get an error before. Yeah, so I made these mandatory, so it will not go into my catch here because the exception occurs before this function. But yeah, so we get the response back in percentage, and I need to make some changes in the move function here. So we need to take in the percent, and this will always go up to 100, but we make it go to percent instead. Did I spell that correctly? Percent. And in our love calculator, what kind of result did we get? Sarah, percentage. I'm just going to copy that. And we go into our web service call here. And we take data 0 dot percentage. And I think that will do it. John, Sarah. All right. That's actually quite cool. Okay, we probably want to add the result string as well. We could just do that in a separate text block, result text. Oops. What was the name of that string? Result. So when we calculate our love, we just simply result text data 0 result, I think. John, Sarah. Let's take a different name. Peter. Congratulations, good choice. Okay, I'm quite happy with this. So to recap, we used our new form field button to trigger a web service call, and we used the love calculator from Rapid API to calculate the love between two names, basically. We used a basic JavaScript progress bar to illustrate the results. I'm happy with this. Okay, bye. Better ending, perhaps. Say, catch you next time on the next week's. No. See you on next week's Code Cookie.